Before we start the meeting today, we're going to stand and offer the pledge. Fran Schomel's going to lead us, and then we have Reverend Eric Hopkins. I almost called you Eric Holmes. Eric, that used to be your name. Eric Hopkins is going to do the prayer, so let us stand and do the pledge.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing.
Please bow with me. Father, today we thank you for these servants that are here to represent our community in Board and Public Works. Thank you for their families. Thank you for the sacrifice that happens every time they're away. Thank you for the agenda today and for how you're going to help them to make decisions that will bring a quality of life to our community. We thank you most of all for your presence that always makes the difference. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Eric.
Call the meeting of July the 21st to order. This is the Board of Public Works and Safety. And the first item of business will be roll call.
Jane Oakley.
Present.
Fran Schomel.
Present.
Leonard Urban.
Present.
Mike Bishop.
Present.
Ron Coldiron.
Present. Let the record show that all are present and we can do business. If you'll turn your cell phones to the vibrate place or turn them completely off, I'd appreciate it. Next order of business will be the reading of the minutes of the July 7th Board of Public Works and Safety. And July 15th. I'm sorry, we had two meetings this month.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the minutes of the July 7th and the July 15th special meeting approved as they were submitted.
Second.
Got a second? Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? None appearing, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Under new business today, we have a request for a crosswalk on 4th Street at the Unity Holy Church. And who represents that? Melissa?
Dennis said Sam was supposed to be here.
Who?
Miss Sam, so he knew.
Okay. Okay, we'll watch, see if anybody comes in. If he doesn't, we'll table that with your permission, board.
Yes.
Request for a bucket drive, for the homeless shelter, July 26th, and for the Faith Christian School on August 1st, Ken Fuller. Ken's supposed to be here? Okay, let's table item B. Maybe I can get as fast as Fran. Opening bids for the anaerobic digester. And we have one bid. So that'll be easy.
And it's from Simgro. They have their liability policy in line.
The only thing, they're charging $849 each dry ton managed at the 12 hours per day. I'm not sure what that means. I want to take that bid under advisement because I was wanting to have our own people possibly haul that to the landfill. We don't need to pay a company to haul it. Are you familiar with it? Not enough to.
No, not this one.
Okay. I don't have anybody here today that's familiar enough with that to tell us, but it's $849 each, dry ton managed 12 hours per day. We don't have a specific number of tons and not even an estimate.
You want a motion to table, Your Honor?
Yeah, I'd like to assign that to Ronnie's committee, and we'll work on that and figure out what that comes out to. Let the record show that it was $849 each dry ton, 12 hours per day. So we have followed the law, quoted the price in public, and then, did you ask him when you asked for the bid that we would handle the hauling of it ourselves?
No, because
It
that
was
came about later,
later.
yeah.
Okay.
And Mary Ellen actually prepared all the specs.
So
before
are
she left.
you okay with, CGS is here with us today. Do you understand it?
No, not
Okay.
on the part you're
Okay.
talking about with that one.
Okay. This is this able to go right into the landfill?
It's pending approval, but I would assume so, as long as you
Doesn't
get
say
the
it's not.
analytical,
Okay.
which I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Do you know how much per ton it would be to put it in the landfill?
Not on a number like that, no. I'm not familiar with that, and I'm assuming that's including,
I'll take your motion to table then. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Got a motion to table, and we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'm assigning it to Ronnie's committee. Ronnie heads up the utilities committee usually to work on things like that, and whoever on this committee you want to work with you, Ronnie, pick one of them. You can only have one because three's quorum.
Okay. Mike,
Okay.
you want to?
Yeah, I'll do it, Mary,
Okay,
if it's okay with everyone.
it's okay. Approval of the ADA transition plan, resolution 2014-28. Steve Rubel.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
My name's Steve Rubel with Strand Associates. What you have before you today is a resolution to adopt the city's ADA transition plan. ADA transition plans were originally required by the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. More recently, the Indiana Department of Transportation has taken an interest in ADA transition plans for communities seeking federal funding. And that is the funding agency that funds a lot of your larger roadway projects. And so they're working to make it a requirement for federal funding for their projects, and that's why it's become kind of more important more recently to the city. The ADA transition plan is basically the commitment by the city to provide equal access to its public programs, services, and facilities for citizens with disabilities. And the way that it does that is the plan identifies barriers to access for those people and provides a schedule to remove those barriers. Putting together this plan, drafting it for the city, we've touched base with basically every city department through that process, including the airport, EMS, fire department, Parks and Rec, police department, street department, city utilities. So it's been a collaborative effort. We've been at it since late fall. I'd like to commend the people who have helped us. The staff here at City of Connersville has been very helpful. In particular, the mayor's office, working with Melissa, she's been very helpful. Ron Cold Iron has taken kind of the leadership role in this. We appreciate his help during the process. Kenny Burgess is actually a community advocate who helped us by reviewing the plan and providing commentary on the plan. Diana Wright has been instrumental in helping us get this thing put together and through the process. Mike Bottomley with the Parks Department was very helpful in getting us access to the different facilities around the city that we needed access to. to put the plan together. I know he's not here anymore, but Dave Nutty was helpful with the street side of things. And so we've been very, very pleased with the assistance we got with the city, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about the plan and moving forward.
Connersville will receive federal funding on this?
It keeps you from being ineligible for federal funding through the Indiana Department of Transportation.
What's that mean?
Yeah, that's, I would understand.
Yeah. So, your roadway improvement projects, like the Grand Avenue project that's under construction right now, you apply for federal funding through the Indiana Department of Transportation to fund that project at an 80% level. Those funds come from the Federal Highway Trust Fund, and in order to be eligible for those moving forward in the future, your community is going to need an ADA transition plan in place, or NDOT is going to say you won't be getting those federal transportation funds if you don't comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act, which requires you to have a
I
plan.
understand what you're saying. Way we do say.
If I may add, in the grant applications, when we have an ADA transition plan in progress, I guess that would be a good way to put it, right? Then our scoring of grant applications are higher, plus we're in compliance with ADA or in a process of being in compliance across the city.
Once we have a plan, we're in compliance.
Yes, yes.
They don't expect us to have this all done tomorrow, but
Exactly.
we are in compliance once we adopt the plan today.
That's correct.
We have followed all the regulation, we have gone through all the process, and today is the day we adopt the resolution. Everything we do from this day forward will be done according to that plan. When we put in a sidewalk or somebody else puts in a sidewalk within the city limits, they will have to comply with that. We'll be communicating, and we already have with Bill McDaniel. That'll be a part of the building permit. Every time we do blacktopping and there's a sidewalk comes out to it, it has to be ADA compliant. It'll actually help us, because Dane and I have been out on a couple of jobs when they didn't do it, and it's going to have to be done over because we couldn't talk them into doing it ADA compliant. Now there's no question.
This is also mandated by the state, correct?
It is the state,
Yeah.
through the federal government money. Any other questions on the ADA transition plan? Is this additional money we owe over here besides what we've already paid? This
No, it
$1,800?
doesn't have anything to
No.
do with this.
Okay,
I don't believe so.
okay, all right. I just won't pay anymore.
Steve, is there a time limit on when the program has to be finished? Or?
No, there isn't, and we've structured the report that way so that priorities can be shifted as different priorities arise, and there's no specific finish date on the plan. So as you go through your street maintenance program, as you remodel buildings such as your airport building, we've already been coordinating with those folks. You can implement these changes that need to be taking place within your existing programs. That's usually the most expedient way to handle this, and we found that that's been acceptable to folks who are interested in accessibility issues.
It's not you may, you must.
Yeah.
If the city does anything, remodel, rebuild, we have to do it ADA compliant.
Your Honor, I move that we accept Resolution 28, a resolution adopting the Americans with Disabilities Act transition plan for the city of Connersville.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there anybody out there, public comment? We've had public comment, and we've had it open at the library for public comment. But is there anybody here today that would like to speak? Like the records show that nobody here wants to speak about it. Everybody's in agreement. Okay. Any further questions by the Board of Works? None appearing, we'll have a roll call vote. This is a very important issue.
Jane Oakley,
Yes.
Fran Schomel,
Yes.
Leonard Urban,
Yes.
Mike Bishop,
Yes.
Ron Coldiron.
Yes.
Probably get a discount for going through so easy.
Well, yeah, it went so quick getting up here today, so. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right.
Have a good day.
Okay, resolution 2014-29 is a transfer in council to first aid, $1,800 from traveling to telephone. Anybody have a problem with that?
Now, we pass resolution 2014-29.
Second, please.
Motion and a second, we transfer $1,800 from travel to the telephone. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Department matters, let's go to utility department first. I would like to inform that I am retiring from the position as wastewater treatment operator effective August 29, 2014. Thank you for the opportunity you have provided me over the last 36 years. I have enjoyed working in utilities, appreciate the support provided, and during my tenure with the company. While I look forward to enjoying my retirement, I will miss working with my coworkers and the public. Thank you again. Jeffrey DuBois is an operator at the waste treatment plant. He is, like many others, retiring because the perf issue. I'll take a motion to accept that retirement.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I have a like, dear Mayor and members of the Board of Works, I would like to inform you that I am retiring my position at Connersville Utilities effective August 29, 2014. I have enjoyed working for the utilities, appreciate the support provided me during my tenure with the company. If I can be of any assistance during my transition, please let me know. Thank you, Charles Pat Allen. Likewise, he is an operator in the wastewater plant.
I move we accept the resignation.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second that we accept Charles Pat Allen's retirement. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I appreciate the fact that he's offered his assistance during this transition. That means a lot.
We're going to use him. I have an application from Wayzata. This is under the new agreement we made with companies for employment. We trade off. So, Mr. Baker, will you tell us how this works?
Right. Well, it was ordinance 6166 passed April 2014, which was an amendment to amend the stormwater ordinance regarding stormwater user fees. And basically, it provides that companies that commit to a certain number of jobs be put in place within a given period of time, and they have to be 40-hour per week full-time jobs. In a 5-year period, they will be entitled to a 50% reduction of their stormwater rate. And the ordinance also provides that if there's a lesser amount of jobs committed to, 150 as the next step, then they would be entitled to a 25% reduction for 5 years, and then if it was 12.5%, it would go down the same proportion. Anyway, Wayzata, I prepared an application for stormwater reduction, and it basically quotes the terms of the ordinance and sets out that, and the ordinance provides that the Board of Works shall develop procedural guidelines for the application process, and that would be having this application completed by a company that wants to apply for stormwater reduction. And Wayzata understands and agrees that within 5 years, the total number of jobs committed to are not provided and maintained, Wayzata shall pay to Connersville Utilities a portion of the stormwater utilities calculated as follows. Then it sets out the calculation. Wayzata shall pay to Connersville Utilities an amount equal to the percentage difference between the actual new full-time jobs created within 5 years and the committed number of new full-time jobs multiplied by the total amount of the stormwater rate reduction over the 5-year period, which payment shall be made not later than 90 calendar days after the Connersville Utilities request that payment. And again, that's only if they don't comply with their commitment for 5 full-time, 40-hour-per-week jobs in a 5-year period. And their reduction will be 50% of the stormwater rate beginning May 1st, 2014.
Everybody understand it? I think we've been through this. We've worked. This is an incentive provided by the city. You can't expect a young, brand-new company with using 700,000 square feet to pay stormwater on 186 acres. So we developed a way and passed it through the city council that we could phase it in, and it's like phasing in anything else, tax abatement or anything else. So with that, is there any questions of the board?
This is kind of an economic development tool
Right.
to encourage people to come. And again, stormwater is paid on the amount of runoff.
Impermeable surfaces, roof, parking lot, things like that.
Is it square footage?
Yeah, permeable square footage, yeah. Mayor, I'd make a motion to accept the application for stormwater reduction for Wayzata as written.
I'll second.
A motion and a second to accept the application for stormwater on Wayzata. Any discussion? Anybody out there have a comment? None appearing, we'll have a roll call vote.
Jane Oakley,
Yes.
Fran Schomel,
Yes.
Leonard Urban,
Yes.
Mike Bishop,
Yes.
Ron Coldiron.
Yes.
You have passed that unanimously, and that's taken care of. Along with that, I have an application from Hassler Incorporated. They have put in huge machines that evaporate the water out of their laundry rather than wring it out and run it down the drain. They have gone to other cities, and they are entitled to have a reduction in their stormwater because the amount of water they're buying, they're not putting down the drain. I have that on my desk, and I'd like to sign that to the same committee, Ron and Mike. I want you to, that's a new one for me, and I want you to study that and maybe check, see what other cities have done. It looks like the evaporation rate is 27%. I read the article this morning. But I'll give that information to you, and I'd like for you to come back at the next meeting. Do we have to put anything in place to do that, John, or we have to?
Oh, probably an application of something similar to what Wayzata file, which I can prepare once you get me the facts and
You
circumstances.
kind of relate this to when Walmart put their facility in, they put a retention pond, which gives them a break on their stormwater. They have put this evaporator in. I went over there and was over there with the congressman. We looked at it, and it's quite a machine, probably as big as this room. But it evaporates it into the air rather than puts it down the drain. So I would like you to do that.
Sure. We'll do.
Number 4, I would like to promote Bob Shoemaker, who has been down at the wastewater plant for many, many years. He has a W3 wastewater permit. I would like to promote him to the certified operator of responsible charge immediately. He is willing to come out of the union. I've had lots of discussions with him. He is going to come out of the union, and basically you can look at this, he's taking Mary Ellen's place. He's going to be the plant manager down there and qualify the plant and come out of the union so that he can, the union doesn't want that position. They don't want union people telling union people what to do. So this would be our man. He's agreed to take it, and I believe he'll take it as of tomorrow because I have to have someone in place by August 1st. We've had a lot of discussion. We got all the things. I want to keep his seniority like it is. I want to keep his vacations. We will pay his sick days out when he comes out of the union. So there won't be any question when he retires. And he'll sign an agreement with Mr. Baker, which Mr. Baker will build that there'll be no severance pay when he leaves in the final days. He's agreed to this, and I need you to okay that.
Will the salary be the same as Mr. Blanton?
No, it'll be $55,000.
Is that less than,
More.
No, it's more.
more than what she was making?
because we were not able to get anybody with a certificate. And I had a man, and after the meetings last week, I think he got wind of the meetings and he backed away from it completely.
Mayor, if I may ask, who else was on the committee that discussed this with doing this besides yourself?
Julie.
Julie, okay, that's fine.
And Mom was in the meeting.
Ron was in on some of it,
I
yeah.
said on part of the meeting.
I make a motion, Your Honor, that we accept this promotion for Mr. Bob Shoemaker to become the plant manager and certified operator to replace Mary Ellen Blanton, who was,
And the salary too.
and the salary, yes, included. Who
I have to
replaced
get
Mary
the,
Ellen,
okay.
who is retired.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Okay, we got a motion and a second. I will have to go to the council to get the salary ordinance passed tonight, but this is a must. I gotta get this in place before August 1st. I'm mandated. Okay, any discussion? Anybody out there have any discussion? Have a roll call vote.
Jane Oakley,
Yes.
Fran Schomel.
Yes.
Leonard Urban,
Yes.
Mike Bishop,
Yes.
Ron Coldiron.
Yes.
Okay, I want to, you have before you a resume on Erin Johnson. I have interviewed her with Julie and
Ron.
with Ron. She has all the qualifications. She's got a master's in biology. She will become our pre-treatment coordinator, chemist, lab technician, and assistant plant manager. She will start a week, I think it's the 4th,
No, it's next week.
next Monday, right, next Monday. She's been working in the park system for us for several years. She is well qualified. She's, you got everything in front of you. She graduated 2012 with a master in biology from Indiana University, Purdue University in Annapolis, Indiana. She's got lots of work experience.
I would like to also let everybody know she is a local Connersville girl who graduated from Connersville High
Graduated
School.
Connersville High School.
Exactly.
Who's doing that job now?
Nobody, Mary Ellen was kind of doing all three jobs. That no longer flies with IDEM. I have to have that special person.
And this will fulfill the demands by the environmental people.
Yeah, we're going to have to transfer some operators down there because our operators, as you know, we just accept their retirement. She'll get $32,000 a year, and again, I've got to go to the council tonight and get that salary ordinance approved. This is a little more expensive way of operating it, but the council did not want me to operate it the way I wanted to last week, so I had to go this route.
I move we accept the application of Erin Johnson to be the chemist and lab technician assistant to the plant manager at the Whitewater Treatment Center.
Second, please.
And could you improve the salary on that too?
Yes, includes the salary of $32,000.
And I don't have to go to salary changes, do I? Julie?
No.
I like to support
Wait
what
a
Jane
minute.
said. It's-
Wait a minute, no,
Yeah,
we haven't voted. Yes, we have. So that,
No, we haven't.
okay, well, roll call vote.
I was
Or
gonna
wait,
ask.
you want to say something?
I just like to support what Jane said. We have a hometown girl here that's wanting to stay in Connersville. She's very apt to, you know, her education is there's just tremendous. I'm sure she could go somewhere else if she wanted to,
She is qualified to go right into medical school.
and I just appreciate it.
We are lucky to get her, especially at that figure, and it's not going to last forever, but
That's the truth at that figure.
once she gets trained, you're going to have to give her more money. But we are being pressed. He's shaking his head over there. He knows what we're being pressed by. Damn, we have to have these people in place. Any further discussion? Have a roll call vote.
Jane Oakley,
Yes.
Fran Schomel.
Yes.
Leonard Urban.
Yes.
Mike Bishop,
Yes.
Ron Coldiron.
Yes.
You'll pass that unanimously, and I appreciate that. I got the salaries covered. Up at the service center, the utility service center, I'm kind of being the utility director today because we haven't had one for a couple of weeks. There's a gate in the back that works with a key card. There's a gate in the front that works with a key card. We have people that buy water from us that haul at different places, we have to leave one of them gates open, and there's access to that facility all but at night. I think we talked with Bill about this. There's an internal area where we keep all of our pipe and fittings. You all are familiar with it.
Yes.
I would like to fence that and put a gate with a lock, so those people that come and get water, and no disrespect, we haven't had anything missing that we know of, but I think it's a good thing, because we have thousands of dollars worth of stuff stored there on the ground. I would like to fence that, and I got 2 quotes. Older fence was $7,200. That's out of Centerville or Richmond. And then I have one from Paddock Fences, who is a local person here in town. And the price I had it down. $59.98, all material and work done.
Quite a difference.
How much was all of it?
7,200.
72?
Yeah. Same fence, it's chain link fence, I think it's 8 feet tall. Excuse me, it's 6 foot tall. And it's 285 lineal feet.
I move we accept the bid, or the quote, actually, the quote from Paddock Fencing.
I'll second.
Okay. I hope I got that right.
As I was gonna ask before we made a motion, is that identical
Oh, I know it's
parts-wise?
identical, but I thought.
No, I mean everything as far as the parts that's going into the fencing and everything is the same.
59.98. Yeah, that's right, okay.
Yeah, as far as gate access.
Yes, everything's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That will be
Great.
one great big gate, locked, that we can get in, get our stuff.
That's a good
But
idea.
it'll be kept locked all the time, so nobody else has access to it. Okay, I got a motion and a second.
Yes.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any noes? Thank you. Okay, I have a grievance in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. What happened was, when Mr. Nutty was still here, at 3 o'clock we have a man that comes on call to take whatever might happen. We got someone on call every night. And there was a mix-up. Mr. Nutty went, if I understand this right, and I'm telling you from hearsay, to the plant and had one of the people that was still working to go and look at this problem instead of going to the person that was on call, that became on call at 3 o'clock. It's questionable who was right and who was wrong. It's 2 hours of overtime. And the grievance wants to go to arbitration. They think they're right. I told them, I'm going to recommend the Board of Works will pay the 2 hours and forget it. It's not worth fighting.
What's the amount?
You know the amount, we'd have to figure it.
Probably about $60 or more.
Let's see there.
Probably about 60.
50?
Probably about $60, $60.70.
It's time and a half, so it's,
Yes.
I move that we accept, Your Honor, that we
Yeah.
pay it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Jane. Any further discussion?
That was,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, that'll make that go away.
Thank you.
While I'm still in utilities, I have negotiated with Mr. Mike Bottomley, who is the park superintendent, to go into utilities and be the utility director. I've negotiated with Mr. Coulter, who has been at utilities for many years. He has agreed to go in as the assistant director. It's the job he applied for several months ago. The two of them will work side by side. They're local people, graduated high school here, they're local people. It's what Ron wanted. It's what the city council seems to want. And I did not get the man that was highly qualified and I thought would be good for the utilities. And we interviewed many people and it didn't work. But both of these gentlemen have agreed. Mr. Bottomley has a degree in environmental management biology. He will step right up, skip a year in training, and I've asked him to get a WT3 in water. And Mr. Coulter has a W1 in wastewater. He has agreed, he's got enough hours. He can take the test in November, and if he passes that test, he could get either a W2 or a W3, but he can eventually get both, and I've asked him to go ahead and get those, so we would have 2 people qualified down at the wastewater, and we would have 3 people qualified at the regular water plant. I'm also, when we get new people down at wastewater, I'm going to encourage them to try to get their wastewater 3 so that we don't ever get caught in this bind again. Some people say, well, why are you putting Mr. Bottomley in there? Mr. Bottomley has an excellent rapport with people. He will be the administrative person, kind of oversee the office when Julie allows him to. He'll have an assistant office manager over there and with Julie. He'll take care of all of the administrative dealings with which he's very familiar with, payroll and all that stuff, the things that Mr. Coulter's not familiar with. Mr. Coulter will be the operations person under him and will take care of, he knows where the pipes are, he knows what things need to be done. I think it's a good team to put together.
Does this mean we'll get a budget from the utilities sometime?
You will get a budget.
Good.
I promise you, before I leave, you'll get a budget.
Good.
You'll
You
actually,
heard that, Frank.
I heard that.
I'm writing
Put
it
that in
down.
writing.
okay. I'm open for discussion. Anybody out there have any discussion over this issue? None appearing, the board. Any discussion?
I think to add to it, for Mike Bottomley's sake, he's done an outstanding job in the park, and I think he's an excellent candidate for this position. I don't know why we didn't think of it before, but
Ron?
I'm pretty excited. I think I like Coulter's experience in the system, with just the general overview of the system, and in supporting Mike's comment here. I think Mr. Bottomley has proved himself as far as his management abilities. I really do.
Graham?
Yeah, I agree with the other guys. I think it's a good plan, and hopefully it'll work out, and in the long run, be answer to all of our problems.
I like, once again, the fact he's a Connersville person, he's got the degree, he's got the know-how, he's got the experience. I think it's a good fit.
With that, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept. I'll make a motion to have Mr. Bottomley take over Utilities Director and Assistant Director of Brad Coulter. I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Okay, just on the hiring, we'll put the salaries next, because I got the salaries worked out too. Any further discussion? None appearing, we'll have a roll call vote.
Jane Oakley?
Yes.
Fran Schomel?
Yes.
Leonard Urban?
That's me.
Yes. I could say mayor like you always do me. Mike Bishop?
Yes, ma'am.
Ron Coldiron?
Yes.
Yeah, you approved that. The salaries will be a little bit lower than what we were paying, because the other guys were offering the director $56,000, $57,000 a year, and the assistant director $53,000. So I need a motion on those two, and I have to go and get salary ordinances tonight to fit those. You ever understand? It'll be really less than we were paying before.
Yes. I would make the motion to accept the salaries of the Utilities Director at $57,000 and the Assistant Director at $53,000.
Second that.
Any discussion? You already voted iron, so, okay. Now we roll call vote.
Jane Oakley?
Yes.
Fran Schomel?
That's what the salary ordinances call for, Julie.
No, we're having to amend the salary ordinance. The salary ordinance for the director is about 10,000 higher.
I'm sorry?
It's a little higher than that, we're cutting it back some.
The ordinance is higher than that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Leonard Urban?
Yes.
Mike Bishop?
Yes.
Ron Coldiron?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll get the city council to approve all this tonight, and we're home, and I think we're gonna make it. That's all I have in utilities. I have EMS department, and Mr. Munson, if you want to come forth. He asked that you read this, Fran.
He read this?
He wants you to read it. He says you're the best reader up here.
Wow.
I got put down.
Do I get extra pay for that? Wow.
That's my heart.
Huh?
He's had plenty of practice.
Reading news briefs.
Okay, William Malone, 2252 Vermont Avenue, Connersville. July 12, 2014, William Malone Advanced EMT to Fayette County EMS, 700 South Mount in Connersville, to Commander Dale Munson. I would like to inform you that after 33 and 1/2 years of service, I will be retiring effective October 1, 2014. I have enjoyed serving the people of Connersville and Fayette County. I sincerely appreciate the support that has been provided by the Fayette County taxpayers during my years of service at the Fayette County First Aid Unit. Sincerely, William Malone. Copy to the Craig Terrier, City Council, and Board of Works. I don't think I need to read this acknowledgement thing. Do I, John?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's just
Okay.
an appendage.
I think that's another one. And what's your pleasure, board?
I move we accept the retirement of William Malone from EMS.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second, we accept the retirement of Bill Malone. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. What else you got for us? That's all you got?
Yep.
I want you to talk about this ambulance. Is it on the road?
No, it's in body shop still.
Okay. Now, here's what I propose, board. We're gonna get that money back that Medicare owns us. We haven't got it yet, have we?
No, we
But
should
we
be
got
getting
some
it
money
any
coming.
time.
I've talked with the county commissioners, and my suggestion would be we take the money and pay the ambulance that we got off, because it's not in working order.
Not where it was.
EMS one.
Then I would like to negotiate a little bit with the county commissioners and take whatever extra money and pay a down payment on a new ambulance and go from there, and we won't be any worse off than where we are today.
Is there any trade-in value to EMS one?
Well, there should be some.
There's a little bit, we had one salesman told us that maybe $4,000 is tops.
Yeah.
And it's because of the engine, the trouble with
We're
that.
gonna do better than that.
It's pretty well shot, isn't it?
Well, the
How long's it
engine's
been in
just-
service?
Since '07. The engine's just, the main trouble is the engine,
It's our newest
and
ambulance.
it is the newest.
I told him to start looking at ambulances. I think you had one in last week.
We had a company, they came in earlier in the spring, showed us a truck. They give us a quote on remounting this truck to be a General Motors chassis. And what he showed me the other day, we're looking at about $105,000 to remount it. But I think we can do better than that. So,
When you got an ambulance that won't make it to the call or won't make it home, you don't have much of an ambulance. Anyway, we're working on that. No big decisions have to be made today. County commissioners know exactly what's going on. We work that with them. Anything else, Dale?
nope, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have something, Fire Chief? Street Department, did you have anything? Okay, Parks, if you'll come up here, maybe for your last time.
Just for his last time as park superintendent.
Last time is Park, yeah, you get this utilities down because I'm tired
It's
of.
not gonna be easy from now on.
Okay, what I proposed, and I'm gonna do it, I interviewed Jessica Bound this morning. I've watched her, she's worked in the park off and on for 5 years. She's cut grass, she's weed eated, she's run the buildings, she's run some programs, she's worked side by side with the programs. She has a degree, a Bachelor of Science degree in hospitality and food management, and a minor in business management. I think she comes well qualified. And I've asked her to take the park superintendent's job as of the 4th of August. Was that the date that I gave you? I don't need your permission to do that, but I'd like to have your approval. I always feel better when 5 people approve it.
And at this time, she is working in the same type of area.
She is working in a hospitality center in Pendleton, and she does wedding receptions. She prepares for this, meets with people, and sets up. Basically, what we do in the park is all hospitality, setting that stuff up, having programs. Mr. Drew will continue in the sports and recreation area. That's his forte. He does baseball, soccer, basketball. He does all that. I think this is a good move. She's a hometown girl again, graduated from Connersville High School in the class of 2007. She graduated Ball State, class of 2012, has 2 or 3 years experience in hospitality. She just recently purchased a home in Fayette County, getting married in October, and her and her husband are going to live here. He works for the Kemper Company. And I think it's an excellent opportunity again to start a young person. All these people are local people, all hometown grown. So I do need, I want your consent of approval on this.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give the approval.
Will you make a motion?
Yes, I'll make the motion. We hire Jessica Bound as the replacement for Mike. Mike, what are you gonna do with all your spare time?
Yeah.
Sure.
We won't have any.
I think I'm gonna
Is there a
start
second?
learning
I'll
today.
second that.
Go ahead, Ron, sorry.
Yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. You know, we're lucky that we've found people with these degrees and with these qualifications that can move into these positions. We are very fortunate. And there's no doubt in my mind that Mike will do an excellent job when he, I go to the park almost every morning, and this morning I drove in. I got there about 7:45, and they were loading picnic tables over here. They were picking up trash. The trash truck was half full over here. Another guy was mowing grass. He knows how to set the craft to work and give them good and wholesome instructions for their labor. He knows what he's doing, and I appreciate it. You have anything else, Mike?
Yeah, it's just the building. We
Oh,
talked about
yes.
that?
Yeah, you go ahead and present that, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, history on it. It's located down Frazee Center, by the playground equipment. When I got the job 15 years ago, it was closed up. We opened it up, and we had 2 years of problems with it. The kids would fill the toilets with sand, graffiti, to a point where we had lots of problems with the plumbing, so we locked it back down. For the last 10, 12 years, it's been pretty much locked down, not being used. All the toilets are busted. I'd like to get permission just to tear it down and leave the concrete slab and just put a couple picnic tables there. So it's been pretty much boarded up for 12 years, I think, 10 to 12 years.
Is there gonna be any expense as far as, other than tearing it down, turning off water, sealing up drains? I mean, you've got plumbing in
It'll
there.
probably be some, we probably have to seal some drains up with some concrete.
Okay.
The environmental issue.
Yeah. I'm not even for sure if it's a septic or sewer line.
That's why I asked, is it?
I don't know, I'd have to look.
We can tear it down ourselves. And
Yeah.
can
tear
we
it
salvage
ourselves.
anything out of it? Are those blocks salvageable?
I don't know, once you start beating on it.
It's,
I doubt it.
pretty much.
Cleaning it in more labor.
It's an eyesore we don't use, haven't used it for 10, 12 years. And
But if it is a septic, it'll have to be filled, correct? Or
not
what?
necessarily, we could just seal it off and leave it there.
I would think it's sewer, because, I mean, it was built when I was,
It shouldn't be septic
before I
inside,
came,
It
but,
shouldn't be.
shouldn't be septic inside the city limits.
right,
I'm
where
sure
the
it's,
location of it, it should be on sewer.
Good.
You wanna make a decision on it? You wanna have a committee look at it? What do you wanna do?
It looks like it needs removal.
Make the motion.
I'll make the motion that we allow the removal of this, whatever, at the Frazee Center.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to do away with that, raise it. Anybody out there have a comment? Any discussion? Oh, you have a comment? Come on up here, chief.
Would it be something we would be allowed to train on? Before you
That's
tear it
all,
down?
it's all
It's
concrete.
concrete. There's
Well, the roof.
You can
Vent the roof.
You can burn the roof if you want
Oh,
to.
heck yeah.
Yeah, could we do
Go
some
ahead.
venting on the roof
Yeah.
for some training?
Yeah.
Okay.
You better have some good masks on.
They all hadn't been used for 12 years,
Yeah.
surely the smell's gone by now.
Be good.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Get with the fire chief and see what he wants to do.
We'll get Duke Energy to cut the power. I don't know if there's any power to, but there's electric wires to the building, so.
Michael, you're still there. We tabled the park security system at the last meeting. Anything occurred since then?
He's supposed to have the information for me today, he never did get it to me, CEI. And he didn't, he said, I have it to you, and he didn't show up today.
I would say if we don't have any by the next meeting, we need to go on with it, at the next meeting, go on with whatever we had.
I mean, they
Let him know
had 3
that.
guys in the building
Okay, let him know
at the time,
that,
so.
you know, we needed it today, but if he's not here next time, we'll go
Okay.
with what we have. Okay.
Anything
Mayor,
else from Mike in the
Yeah,
parks?
while Mike's here, do we need to discuss that fair board issue with the barn and the facilities? Does that need to be discussed?
Did you guys meet on that?
Yes.
What did you recommend?
We had a couple recommendations. You want to go through it, Mike? I got them with me here.
Yeah,
Now, let that get them behind us. Let's just,
pretty much they need a roadway to their barn, and we're gonna let them use, as you go down the hill, the first, this gravel road back to their barn. We'll be responsible for the roadway to the property line, and they'll be responsible for the rest. Access to the track will be, barn 3 and 4.
2 and 3.
I changed it
Oh, okay.
because of the horse manure pit.
Oh, okay.
And I
So
think it's
3 and
gonna-
4 instead of 2
Yeah, I
and
think it's gonna mess it up.
3. Okay.
They suggested that, which makes probably more sense. So they get to the track between 3 and 4, get to the barn between 1 and 2. They're responsible for their roadway. They're responsible for putting limestone on the track once a year, taking care of the track, weed killing the track.
Kill.
And this is something they've been doing all along.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, they always did improvements down there for us. They did the announcer stand. So we've been good partners last few years on it. And I forget what was the charge for the manure. If they use our-
$350, I think.
They was on charge of $350 a year to use our pit,
Yeah.
which is about what it cost us to get rid of it.
Yeah.
1 truckload.
Mr. Baker will have to draw up an agreement then, and you'll need, do they need any type of insurance, Mr. Baker?
Well, we'll have to discuss that. Did you discuss that with them?
Well, it's another, it's a fair board, it's a not-for-profit.
Right,
So we'll have to have some agreement in case someone gets hurt on that road.
I think so.
They probably got some type of liability.
I bet they have.
insurance.
So we just need a certificate.
Okay.
But I
They'll
need
get
to
us
meet
one
with
for fair.
someone who has all the details. You just expounded on, Mike, can you meet with me? And give me all the information that we
Yeah.
can get into an agreement.
Sure can.
Yeah, I'll just, give me a call and we'll get together.
If you will then, board, will you give me permission to sign that when he gets it all together? A motion to that effect.
So moved.
Got a motion,
A second.
motion and a second, that when Mr. Baker gets the agreement ready, I'll sign it. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I can sign it for you then as soon as he gets it ready. Okay.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Any other department have anything, Chief? Okay. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, when I wasn't here, they had the Bluegrass Group was here, and they tabled that, and who's going to present that today? I had a committee meet on that, which was Mike Bishop and Jane Oakley.
Good evening, Mayor, the Board of Works,
Hello?
Julie, and John. Yeah, I'm here representing Amos College today, and this guy here, because Amos just got out of the hospital, he's sick. And we was just wondering what the building was going.
Jane, do you want to address that?
You know, we looked at our costs, our schedule, and we want to do something for this group, but we also need to make it agreeable to the city. So we're looking, we would like to offer $300 a month. You guys take care of cleaning up when you're done and keep things on this platform.
Well, he told me last night that they could only afford $250 a month.
They're going to have a caretaker to come in and open and lock and stuff like that. We can't let the public do it. We'll have to have a certificate of insurance.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have, and that's,
Yeah,
yes.
he told me last night, if they would give him a key to that building, he'll open it, we'll take care of it, close it up that night, and when it's over with.
Then-
We'll have to have,
Okay, and the other thing, and the list of things, we do have to have, you do have to have liability insurance because of your performers and your guests in there, and if it's gonna be an every week thing, you have to give us a certificate of liability.
Did you price
Has to be
liability just for
insurance.
using the building one night?
I'll have to check with him on that.
Because it's gonna be a regular thing.
Denver, we're asking, if I may interrupt here, for $300 a month. Is there no way that you could raise the fee enough to compensate that extra $50?
I'd have to talk to him, I don't know. I'd have to ask him if he could,
We've done our best and searched our brain, and we want you people to stay,
Yeah.
because it's a good thing.
because they brought in a lot of tax money into it.
Well, besides that, it's enjoyment for everyone that enjoys that type of entertainment.
Yeah, you've had a lot of people that, it's hurt a lot of people when they went out. They enjoyed it on Friday evening. And,
So you have to go back and talk to this gentleman before you can
I'll have to talk to
agree?
him because he's the one that's ahead of all of it. And see if,
What the committee has come up with, they'd like to have $300 a month, and we want you to clean up yourselves so we don't have to hire anybody.
we would.
And we will see that the building is ready and open, and we'll have it closed. But we have to do that. The city has to maintain our own buildings. We can't have an individual. The equipment will have to be left behind the curtain so other people can use it. And then if they have a group at the park that's going to use the stage, it'll have to be removed so people can use it. That's the way we kind of agreed to it. But 300 is as low as they can go.
Okay. I'll have to call him and talk.
That's a pretty good deal. That's on Friday nights,
Yeah.
and basically from 4 to 9, right?
Year round, year round.
And if this should pass, we are not setting a precedent by doing this. We will take each case individually as they bring them to us.
We'll,
Trying to
I'll
help
talk
you
him
out.
about the insurance.
And what they want to do is do it for 3 months, see how it works with you, see how it works with us. At the end of 3 months, we'll have another look at it.
Okay.
We can write that up for you before you leave, so you know what
Okay.
I'll make that for.
Okay.
Can you
This
come
has the opportunity to draw a lot of people to Connersville because it's a better, larger facility than where we've been, or they've been. And once the people start coming here, you could get kids interested in, traditional music and stuff like that.
Plus you got better
Which will
parking.
help.
It's just,
Which will
I mean, it could make Connersville a destination city rather, because what do we have? We've got a train.
The committee's looking at that, and that's about half price for that building, so that's a pretty good deal.
It's a lot less, it's,
It'd be wonderful to draw, if you draw more people, then naturally your revenue would increase, so it'd be beneficial to everyone.
then the
So,
300 won't be.
So you're gonna come back to us at the next meeting?
Yeah, we'll have to come back to next meeting, then, I guess, but
Well,
we'll have to have it next Friday.
Why don't we do this? This is our agreement. Again, give me permission. If they come up with what we've asked for, I can just sign it and start moving forward.
I would make a motion to give the mayor the okay to sign the agreement if, yeah.
We want liability insurance certificate. That's all we need. $300 a month, and you clean up when you're done.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll tell him.
And then if you do it, you come back to me, if this passes, and I'll sign the agreement, and we'll try it for 3 months.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Plus, the equipment has to be moved out if we have something else going on.
Yeah,
Correct?
the park
Okay.
department will let you know about that in
Okay.
advance. Okay, is there a second to the motion?
Mayor, before you go on, the certificate needs to name the city as an additional insured,
Right.
which is standard procedure.
Jane will give you that, that's just a
I'm writing
standard
it down,
thing.
yeah.
I'm sure he has some sort of insurance he'd have to have, because if someone would fall off the stage or cut their hand, he has to have some liability.
I understand, yeah.
Okay, Jane, did you second that, or?
Yes.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. So if you can come up with those requirements, we'll
Okay.
sign it, you can have it Friday.
I'll talk to him.
Get back to me.
Okay, I'll get with you.
Okay,
Might be tomorrow.
okay.
That's okay. Very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any miscellaneous business? Anybody out there got any miscellaneous business they'd like to talk about today? Okay. Did you have anything? You two, ladies? Okay.
Mayor, I'd like to say we do have our appraisals back on the land that we're looking at. It's being reviewed by the owners. It doesn't have anything definite, but that's moving forward. So,
I've been out talking to everybody I can, trying to get them to name the baseball field after them if they put up a couple $100,000. I haven't got any takers.
keep trying.
I can't do it because if I'd call that the Urban Sports Complex, urban doesn't mean my name. Nobody would ever know that. So I'm ineligible. What are you laughing at, Clerk Treasurer?
How convenient.
But there's probably some people in the community that could come up with this and
You come up
Call
with
it.
money, Mary, and we'll figure out how to get your name in, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah, Phil.
The Hager Johnson or something Memorial Sports Complex. So it doesn't hurt for you guys to hit that on the radio and the paper. We're
Yeah.
looking for someone that wants naming rights to the ball field. Right, Daryl? You're not interested personally, are you?
My chat talking about going together.
You think about going together on it?
Go against the fund
Just a matter of
bench.
which name's gonna come first.
Anything else under miscellaneous business? It's an important issue. We shouldn't make light of it. We need to get the
No,
ball
it
field
is.
up on the hill, out of the flood zone.
Sooner the better.
Claims.
Utilities. Water claim was $51,940.17. Sewer was $85,956.69. Stormwater was $10,016.14, for a total of $147,913.
City had 210 claims amounting to $115,987.72. And the largest single one was the Miller debt payment of $34,900. It's a semi-annual payment.
Yes. I move we accept the claims as they've been submitted.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second to accept both utility and city claims. Any discussion among the board?
I had a question on a rough drug camera kit. You know anything about that?
Not right off.
$494 on an SD card.
It's surveillance.
Do you know what that is, Julie? Who, is
I
it
know
police
what the
department?
stuff is, but I don't know
It's surveillance, probably, I would imagine.
Okay. You'll find out though.
I can get back with you.
You call him and tell him what it is, and then come in and tell me what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else before we pass claims? Jane? Fran?
No, I'm okay.
We have a roll call vote?
Jane Oakley,
Yes.
Fran Schomel,
Yes.
Leonard Urban,
Yes.
Mike Bishop,
Yes.
Ron Coldiron.
Yes.
You passed the claims unanimously. That concludes my agenda, unless you have something
Public forum.
that I've missed.
Public forum.
Number what?
Ray asked them.
Number 8.
Okay, well, I think I asked that. Is anything public? Anybody out there like to speak? That's why I thought you two ladies might have something you wanted to talk about. Anybody? Okay, I guess maybe I should tell you, we got the grant to finish the Grand Avenue project up 30th Street. And Strand is working on it for us. We're pushing hard. We did have the misfortune of finding a tank across from Luckett's upholstery. We found a tank in the ground. It's cost us $12,000 to get the tank tested, get it emptied, and get it out of there. However, the state has agreed to pay 80% of it, so I didn't feel too bad about that. We're continuing. They are grading the 21st Street today. It will not interfere with the parade because they won't start on Grand Avenue now until after probably the 15th of August or later. So we're in good shape there. I will remind everybody the fair parade is next Sunday, 1 o'clock, I believe. And encourage all the people to come out to the fair and enjoy the fair.
Mayor, is it 1 or 2?
I just looked at it.
I was told it 2.
Melissa, what is it?
We got 1? Okay.
Yeah. She says it's 1, it's 1.
It's 1. Maybe 1 or 1. We'll find out.
Thank you all for coming today, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.